Listening is one of the most powerful yet underrated skills a person can develop. In a world that often seems obsessed with speaking, posting, and being heard, true listening has become a rare gift. To master the art of listening is to open a door not only to better relationships, but also to deeper understanding, personal growth, and inner peace. Listening is not just about being silent while someone else talks. It's about being fully present, fully engaged, and completely open to receiving what someone else is trying to express. When you truly listen to someone, you do more than hear their words. You understand their emotions, their intentions, and even the things they're too afraid or too shy to say. It's a skill that requires patience, empathy, and a genuine interest in the other person's experience. It's easy to fall into the trap of preparing your response while the other person is still speaking, but that isn't real listening. Real listening means putting your own thoughts, judgments, and ego aside. It means stepping into the other person's world, even if just for a moment, and seeing life through their eyes. The beauty of mastering listening is that it naturally builds trust. People can sense when they are truly being heard. Their body language changes, their tone softens, and their walls come down. They feel valued, respected, and understood. In a society where so many feel overlooked and disconnected, being the person who genuinely listens is incredibly powerful. You become someone others want to confide in, someone they trust with their truths, someone they remember. Listening also sharpens your mind. It exposes you to different perspectives, ideas, and experiences that you might never have considered. It challenges your assumptions and broadens your horizons. Every person you meet knows something you don't. Every conversation is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become wiser. But that opportunity is lost if you are too busy thinking about what you'll say next or waiting for your chance to speak. Mastering the art of listening can even transform conflicts. Often, arguments escalate because people feel unheard, misunderstood, or invalidated. When you listen, really listen, you often find that what the other person wants is not for you to fix everything or agree with them, but simply to acknowledge their feelings and their reality. Sometimes the greatest gift you can give is simply to say, I hear you, I understand. Becoming a master listener takes practice and intention. It means maintaining eye contact, nodding, asking thoughtful questions, and sometimes sitting with silence instead of rushing to fill it. It means letting people finish their sentences, even if you think you already know what they're going to say. It means listening not just with your ears, but with your heart. In a noisy, fast-moving world, mastering the art of listening is revolutionary. It sets you apart. It strengthens your relationships, deepens your understanding, and enriches your life in ways that speaking alone never could. Listening is not a passive act. It's one of the most active, generous, and life-changing things you can do. Positivity is not about ignoring life's difficulties or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about choosing where to place your focus, finding strength even in the middle of challenges, and cultivating a mindset that lifts yourself and others higher. Practicing positivity is a daily decision, a conscious effort to see the light even when darkness tries to cloud your vision. It's a way of living that transforms not just your own life, but the lives of everyone you encounter. Positive attitude doesn't mean you won't feel sadness, anger, or frustration. Those emotions are natural and important. Practicing positivity means that even after acknowledging those feelings, you choose not to stay trapped by them. It means you believe that better days are ahead, that setbacks are temporary, and that every difficulty carries within it a seed of growth. It's not about naive optimism It's about resilient hope. When you practice positivity, you change the way you experience the world. Instead of waking up dreading the day, you find one thing to look forward to. Instead of seeing problems as obstacles, you start to see them as opportunities to learn and improve. Your perspective becomes wider, more creative, and more solution-focused. Even small positive thoughts create ripples that impact your actions, your decisions, and your future. Positivity is also incredibly contagious. A smile, a kind word, a gesture of encouragement can ripple out farther than you ever realize. When you bring a positive spirit into a room, it changes the atmosphere. You become someone others want to be around. Not because you're always cheerful, but because your energy feels safe, inspiring, and genuine. In a world where so many people carry invisible burdens, a positive soul becomes a rare and precious gift. Practicing positivity also strengthens your emotional resilience. Life will throw challenges your way. That's inevitable, but positivity acts as a shield. It doesn't prevent difficulties from happening, but it helps you recover faster, stay hopeful longer, and bounce back stronger. It keeps you from falling into cycles of bitterness, blame, and despair. It gives you the courage to stand up again, even when life has knocked you down. One important part of practicing positivity is gratitude. Taking a few moments each day to appreciate what you have shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant. Gratitude sharpens your awareness of life's small joys. A kind conversation, a beautiful sunset, a laugh shared with a friend. These simple moments, when noticed and cherished, build a strong foundation of happiness from within. Practicing positivity isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. It requires discipline, like any other important habit. It demands that you catch yourself when negativity creeps in and gently redirect your thoughts toward hope, love, and solutions. Over time, this practice becomes more natural, and your entire outlook on life transforms. Choosing positivity is choosing life at its fullest. It's not pretending everything is fine. It's knowing that even when it's not, you are strong enough, hopeful enough, and brave enough to keep moving forward with a smile. Confidence is not something you're simply born with. It is something you build, shape, and develop over time. It is a silent force, an inner belief that you are capable, valuable, and deserving of good things. True confidence is not loud or boastful. It is steady, calm, and resilient. It is the quiet voice inside you that says, I can handle this, even when you are nervous, uncertain, or afraid. Developing your confidence starts with small promises you make to yourself and keep. Every time you set a goal, no matter how tiny, and follow through, you strengthen your sense of trust in yourself. Confidence grows when you prove to yourself again and again that you are capable of action, capable of facing discomfort, and capable of achieving progress. It is not about perfection. It is about persistence. One of the biggest myths about confidence is that you need to feel brave before you act. The truth is, action often comes first and confidence follows. When you step outside your comfort zone, even in small ways, you send a powerful message to your mind. I am willing to try. Over time, with each attempt, whether you succeed or stumble, your courage grows and so does your confidence. You begin to realize that fear doesn't have to stop you. Another key to developing confidence is understanding and accepting who you are. When you know your strengths, when you embrace your flaws without shame, you carry yourself differently. You stop trying to be someone else. You stop seeking approval from everyone around you. Instead, you walk your path with your head held high, rooted in your own truth. Authenticity breeds confidence, because there is no greater power than being fully yourself without apology. Building confidence also means taking care of your body, mind, and spirit. When you treat yourself with respect, by staying healthy, learning new skills, and nourishing your passions, you naturally feel stronger and more capable. Confidence is deeply connected to self-respect. When you invest time and energy into your growth, you begin to feel worthy of success, happiness, and love. Sometimes, you will have to speak up even when your voice shakes. Sometimes you will have to take a risk even when your hands tremble. That is how real confidence is built. Not by waiting for fear to disappear, but by moving forward in spite of it. Confidence isn't the absence of fear. It's a decision that something else, your dreams, your goals, your purpose, matters more than fear. You will also realize as your confidence grows that it's not just about you. True confidence inspires others. When you stand tall, you give others permission to do the same. When you believe in your ideas, you encourage others to trust in theirs. Developing your confidence is not only a gift to yourself, it's a gift to everyone you encounter. And confidence is a journey, not a destination. It is built moment by moment, day by day. Every step you take toward becoming your best, most courageous self brings you closer to a life filled with pride, purpose, and possibility. Change and feedback are two of the most powerful forces for personal growth, yet they are often the most resisted. Change feels uncomfortable because it pulls us away from what is familiar. Feedback feels vulnerable because it forces us to confront the parts of ourselves we may not want to see. But if you want to truly improve and evolve, learning to embrace both change and feedback is not optional, it's essential. Change is the nature of life itself. Seasons change, technology advances, people grow older, dreams evolve. To resist change is to resist life. When you welcome change instead of fearing it, you position yourself to adapt, to learn, and to thrive in any environment. Change doesn't always come when we are ready for it. Sometimes it's sudden, messy, and unexpected. But often, the most beautiful chapters of our lives are written in times of transition, when we are pushed beyond our comfort zones and discover strengths we never knew we had. Embracing change means letting go of the illusion of total control. It means being flexible, being willing to adjust your plans, and trusting that even if the path is uncertain, you are capable of navigating it. It is about being excited by the unknown rather than paralyzed by it. Those who succeed in life are not necessarily the ones who had a perfect plan. They are the ones who stayed open, curious, and willing to reinvent themselves as life unfolded. Feedback, similarly, is a powerful catalyst for self-improvement. Yet too often, people fear feedback as criticism, as a personal attack. The truth is, feedback is information. It's not a verdict on your worth as a person. It's a mirror that reflects how your actions, words, and behaviors are being received by the world around you. Some feedback will be hard to hear. Some will come from people who don't deliver it perfectly. But within every piece of feedback, there's an opportunity. An opportunity to see yourself more clearly, to refine your skills, and to become better. When you embrace feedback, you show maturity and strength. You demonstrate that you are not afraid of your own imperfections. You recognize that growth is a lifelong process and that you are a student of life. always willing to learn. Instead of defending yourself or making excuses, you listen, you reflect, you ask yourself, is there truth here that can help me grow? And even when the feedback is not entirely accurate, you still gain insight into how you are perceived and how you might communicate or act more effectively. Both change and feedback demand humility. They require you to set aside your pride and admit that you do not know everything, that you are not perfect, and that's okay. In fact, that's where the magic begins. When you stop fearing change and feedback, you step into a life of continuous evolution, where every challenge is a stepping stone, every mistake a lesson, and every day a chance to become a stronger, wiser, more dynamic version of yourself. Embrace change, embrace feedback. They are not your enemies. They are your greatest teachers, and they are here to help you rise.